Hi, I'm Sweet Phil, and that's me right here. Now, I just played a ladder reset for the Season 3. We had a great time. It took quite a long time, was very tiring, but 12 or 13 beers later, we finished up and beat the game. Well, the next day, I did a little bit of trading, did a little bit of finding, and got my character to a really darn good spot, in my opinion. You can see it right here, slaying the demons and saving Sanctuary, and even while trying to record for this video, I can't stop finding good items. Now, how exactly did I get my character to this point already in just one day after ladder reset? Let's go ahead and take a look. So get this thing kicked right off here. Nightmare and Dariel just on the playthrough. We decided to skip the farming a crystal sword from normal cows and making a spirit sword for a teleporter, which is me. So I actually get an incredibly lucky find here. Considering we decided to do that, I go ahead and get to Andariel and we get this Razor Switch, 30 faster cast rate, 75 mana, 60 to life, 50 to all resistance. Now if you're going to skip getting the spirit sword on a playthrough, this is the next best option.
Streamer luck initiated.
So we're running Nightmare Bale to get a few levels, and some dads would sell their firstborn child to get a sick drop like this on the playthrough. Holy moly, but we get a Viper Magi. I snagged that right quick, and it gets 32 to all res. How nasty to find this so early, just on the Nightmare part of the playthrough. I didn't even have to get out and farm for it. So sick. And you know what's just as sick as this? You hitting the like button if you're enjoying the video. So after the many hours of playthrough, I do literally 3 runs before going to bed. Look how tired I am. And bam, off of one of those ghost packs, I get a pull rune. Nice little find there. I'm not going to spend as much time on each one of these drops as the first couple on the playthrough, but they're going to come a lot quicker. Now we get around and we're going over taking out the Countess on the exact same run as that pull rune. And I get a set mesh belt. That's going to be for the Tal Rasha set. A pretty sick find here right at the first day of ladder. You see the shirt change. Here we are the very next day. I'm playing a little bit and I still don't even have an insight. So I go ahead and find not the GG Godly base, but a 4-socket partisan that I can then get an insight at least for my mercenary. Now these armor racks have been literally god tier for me here at the start of ladder. Here I get a white Monarch. If you didn't know, you can go ahead and take this to Larzik with the socket quest, get 4 open sockets, and then you got your spirit shield ready to rock. At the time, I didn't even have the runes actually to make the insight, but boom, I needed a tear and a soul, and I got it right there. And there's always great reason to take out all the champion packs you see in any monsters on the way down that are super weak, and there's a lot of them. Here I get a sick base. It's going to be for my treachery, but maybe someone else needs it for something else, so you could trade it. A 3 open socketed Dusk Shroud. And early on, any of these runes you get from the Countess that are relatively close to the mid-range at least do have value. You can trade it for things that you actually do need. And here, we pull ourselves a co-rune. We're not even 15 hours since ladder reset. We're already rocking this out. Here we are slapping the Countess down again. And this one's even better. We get an rune. A little bit later here when we eventually make the rune word that we need that goes great with any Lightning Sorcerer's build, you're going to know why this is so sick for me to find. And here we are. Do you know what rune word I'm going to make with that rune? Going in a 3-socketed crystal sword. Some of you probably guessed it. It's the Crescent Moon, baby. We got minus 35 to enemy lightning res. Absolutely amazing sword to use for this Nova Sorceress. And then this is actually mega crazy to find. It's actually best in slot for the boots for a Nova Sorceress. You got the Silkweave boots, mainly because of the maximum mana and mana after kill. Super nasty to find here, still day 1 of ladder. Now I definitely need to upgrade at the helmet slot, and I finally got another soul rune. Took me a minute, but we'll throw on that lore. 1 to all skills, lightning res, mana after kill. Ooh, and I love that 2 to light radius. Let's go. And even before I get to the tower, I always take out as many of the champion packs and large packs of monsters on the way for this exact reason. You see that unique war belt sitting there. Nothing I need right now, but a lot of people making those budget smiters early on really needed T-Gods for that lightning absorb. I'm going to trade this away a little bit later. Don't miss when you find out what I get for that. Like I said, these armor racks also are being so sick to me. Here we get the head for the Trang set, goes in the shield slot. I haven't done nothing with this yet, but maybe I can trade this for something useful later. And so I do have that Crescent Moon sword, but I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and make a Spirit sword too, so I can get some more cast rate, have another sword with another skills on it and stuff like that, and have another option, maybe in different instances, I'll want to use it, because it has a lot of other stuff on it to help you out too, along with survivability and every little thing like that. So I went ahead, got myself a Spirit sword. Here we're zapping down some Hell Cows, and it's just unique bone helm, nothing crazy, but this is one way if you find something budget like this along the way, throw it on your Act 2 mercenary, and you can get yourself some life leech. I was going to do a blood helm, but this is probably better with more life leech than you would get on that. And like I said, these armor racks have been god tier for me. We get another white Monarch, so I'm using one. I'm going to trade this one away, and actually the trading begins right now. I was asking a Lem rune for it, which is about what I think I should have got for it, but someone said, hey, would you take a pull? I don't know, I guess, even though the pull is higher. No one really needs pulls, everyone needs Lem for those treacheries, so the Lems are kind of in more demand, but I went ahead and took the pull, and then I go ahead and just give that pull for some Frostburns. Frostburns are great for the energy shield at Nova Sorceress with that 40% increase to your mana. So, oh well, I pretty much swapped out a Monarch for some Frostburns, but I needed them, and I did not need another white Monarch. Crazy enough, right after that here, you see I'm actually playing off stream, but I find some Mage Fists, baby. Absolutely go-tos for any caster. I could throw these on if I needed more FCR or more mana regeneration, so I guess I didn't really need necessarily to trade for the Frostburns. Now I'm going to make an upgrade here for my Act 2 Mercenary, and it's one of the new helms. It's Bulwark. You got the life leech on there. You have percent damage reduction, a bunch of good things, replenish life, increase maximum life. A pretty good budget option before you get that Taos Mask. Now we're getting back into doing a little bit more trading here. I create a game, T-Gods for Lem. Somebody goes ahead and joins up and does the trade. They probably need that for their budget Uber Smiter or for their Uber Assassin now that the different kicks in and stuff like that's a little different. So now I got a Lem rune to go ahead and make that treachery. And now after I got that treachery, I decided to make a separate rune word here. Instead of using lore at the top, I decided to go ahead and make myself a cure. So Shale Io Tal, that cleansing aura, and actually on energy shield, that poison res and poison length reduced is GG. That is really honestly gonna help me out a ton. I do lose the one skill, but I think this is gonna be a great option. This crazy jewel right here, probably not something I'll necessarily use, but super cool. 29, almost the max on the lightning res, just one off with 17 enhanced damage, a little baby 3 life too, but a cool jewel, so I'm bringing it to you. And just slightly later here, still within 24 hours of reset, we do the final Hellforge. I went back and redid all the quests that I skipped along the way that I didn't do, all the res quests and the stat quests, and of course the forges. And here I get a pull rune, another thing we can trade for an item that we actually do need.